Hey, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream. Today's topic, we always have a topic, is a Filipinas standard by which all women should be judged. Of course, this is your live stream, so whatever you want to talk about, put it over here. Excuse me, and I'll get to it whenever I can. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see you, Jacob Tanjay, on here. I really appreciate you, man. 3 years you've been here, just about every live stream. Michael Beecher Life, I'm pretty sure will be on here today. All my old heads, 53 Shades Darker. He's back in the Philippines. Good to see you, man. I wish you could be at the meet and greet coming up. I'm in Cagayan de Oro right now. We just arrived this morning. There's Roger Walker. Any new people watching for the first time, welcome. Also, anybody catching this on the replay, thank y'all for joining us again. W Secrets to Success, that's one of my old heads, good support. He says, okay, let's start the real nitty gritty. Thank you too, brother. Gail received that blessing from you, and she's going to sign up for the classes to help her take that teacher certification. I want to thank everybody that reached out to Gail to help Gail. You know, she doesn't have any quit in her. You know, the Philippines, for some Filipinos, it can grind you up and just beat the life out of you if you're not strong enough. But Gail she hasn't given up, man. You know, that little place she's got, there's a lot left to be desired, but she's hanging in there. So I want to thank everybody for that. Again, I'm in Cagayan de Oro. It's Tuesday, August 22nd here. Now, the meet and greet is going to be August 24th, Thursday. We just came a couple of days early just to kind of get settled in. I don't know if you've ever been to Cagayan de Oro. It's sort of like a Dumaguete sort of place. There's a lot of expats here. You know, they've got the big malls and everything like that. It is in Dumaguete. I mean, it is in Mindanao, you know, the spooky place, but I don't think you're going to have any problems when you come here. Because Mindanao's not all bad. Mindanao's a big place. It's second only to Luzon in actual space. You know, Davao, which is down here in Mindanao, is actually the biggest city land-wise in the Philippines. But yeah, that's going to be at Chalet Beach Resort and Conference Center, 3 p.m. until. So y'all come on out if you're anywhere in this area. Remember, it's only like an hour flight from Cebu. We caught the Cocalion ferry. It was an overnight ferry, 8 hours. We took off at 8 o'clock. We arrived about 4. It wasn't even wasn't no big deal because we went to sleep, woke up, we were here. Hey, Mr. X, Craig Anthony, what's going on? Boo Hoo's his name. Also, the walk, you know, I've been getting a lot of pushback on this walk. Some guy put in the comments I was reading earlier today, he told me don't do it. He said it's too dangerous. He says that there's a lot of people out here who don't like me and they can do something to me. Well, you're going to have plenty of time to do that, but, you know, it's not like I'm just going to stand there and let somebody, you know, attack me. I'm going to protect myself, but I don't think I have that to worry about. You know, I just told him, man, to think positive sometimes. You know, a lot of us, man, we're in that negative zone. Anything that somebody tries to do, you throw that negative out there because it's a habit. You're so used to thinking negative. When you see somebody that's thinking positive and acting positive, man, it's like foreign to you. It's like a kryptonite or something. I don't know. What's up, you dirty puppy? That's Alec McCollum. Chef Kevin from Kentucky says, hey, Cal, I'll be there in 3 weeks bringing you some T-shirts from Kentucky. Oh, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, the thing about it is, whenever I try to bring y'all some good content, you don't want to listen. You don't watch it. This video I put out yesterday is very, very important. I'm just asking the question, why do people, successful men, mostly men, older men, why do they opt out of health insurance over here? I mean, you would never do that at home. Health insurance is very, very important. Y'all know I'm a big advocate of self-care, which I am, but that's not enough over here. You know, we're older, man. I've got friends over here, they're in their 70s, man. They don't have any health insurance. They got it at home because they've got that, you know, retirement plan and Medicare, but it's not accepted over here. It's like I can't reach anybody unless I'm talking about women over here. This is the only way y'all can be reached. And man, you're setting yourself up for failure for that. It's a lot more to be worried about, man, because that's why I came out with this, you know, are Filipino women the standard from which all women should be judged? You know, I'm going to tell you now, there is no standard. The standard is the woman that you choose to be with. That's your standard. Okay, there's no perfect person. There's no perfect woman. We just want to talk about some of the characteristics that make men go crazy and come all the way over here and do the outlandish stuff that we do, like no health insurance. No health insurance, man. Let that sink in, man. Don't come over here and do that. Get you some health insurance there and bring it with you. Don't wait till you get over here. You're going to have like damn this time abandon it here. He says, I missed that video since it just came out. Oh, look, I intend to have health insurance. Yeah, get it before you come here. You know, but it's just one of the things that we give up, because my next video is going to be talking about a lot of the things that, see, some retirees, they don't even consider the Philippines, not because it's not a great country, it's not beautiful and all that. They don't even get to the infrastructure. There's some things that they look at and they're like, nah, that's okay. They don't even take it serious, man. I'm going to talk about that on my next video, but I'm going to talk behind it because I'm going to show y'all Kagaya and the Oro. But this health insurance, it came across my mind, man. I want to shout out Anthony Williams. He let me and Marilyn stay over to his condominium yesterday while we were waiting, because we checked out our Airbnb at 12. And we ended up going to lunch with him and his girlfriend. He let us stay over at his place until we left to catch the boat. But that's where the idea came from. You know, and I just got to thinking, man, what would make us do that? Y'all know good and well, the older you get, the more likely it is you're going to get sick. You're going to need some type of doctor visit, some type of hospitalization. We're susceptible to strokes, heart attacks, and all that. But you come over here with nothing. You get that big nest egg, but guess what? Let one of them critical illnesses jump on your back. It's all going to be gone, man. Come on, guys. We got to be smarter than that. W Secrets to Success, thanks for that super chat. He says, Cal, how close are you guys to the vow? I want to say 8 hours. TJ is renting a van. I'll let him know he's coming to the meet and greet. Him and his entourage, they got a van. Then we're going to go, after the meet and greet, we're going to go to Comegan Island with them for a couple of days. I want to show Maryland Comegan Island. I actually haven't been to Comegan Island since 2010. It's a beautiful, the third smallest inhabited island in the Philippines, but it's beautiful. And you're going to see some just breathtaking scenery there. Okay. And that's going to be part of my Philippines. You can't deny the beauty of this place. I mean, you can say a whole lot of other things, but you can't deny the Philippines is a beautiful place. Remember, we're still on planet Earth. It's not like we're somewhere else. They just call this part of the world the Philippines. Those Spanish explorers, you know, they named a lot of these countries. You know, the Earth is my home, so, you know, they call it the Philippines, but yeah, it's beautiful over here, guys. Hey, Michael Alexander, he said, hello, Sunshine Shoulders community members. But we're going to go there. But think about getting some health insurance, guys, before you get over here. Remember, some guy says, oh, I'm going to have this fancy plan, he says. Pacific Cross, Blue Royale, blue this, blue that, when I move there next year. Dude, if you can get that insurance now, because he claims he's in great health, you better get it now. Because your health, your good health buys your health insurance. Anything can change. Okay, he said they should at least get that Filipino health care. Well, you know, you either got to have an SRRV or you have to be here for a certain amount of time. You have to have that ACR card to get that. Late LA Detroit said, man's downfall is most are more concerned about their Johnson than their health. Yeah, I know. Same. That's why they're so crazy about any video that you make about Filipinos, you know. But they don't want to hear anything about relevant things something's going to affect them when they get over here. I mean, look yourself in the mirror if you're over here in the Philippines right now and you don't have health insurance. You don't have any type of cover. And you say, why? I've been insured my whole entire life. I've never been without insurance. But now all of a sudden you are. You know, the puppy said health insurance is a touchy and complicated subject for 90% of us. I have opinions on the other 10% who actually do not need it. Yeah, you know, it's a choice, guys. But you've got it there, you dirty puppy. I'm sure you do, because you wouldn't even think about trying to be self-insured in the United States. And the United States has a healthcare infrastructure that if something were to happen to you anyway, they have to take you into the hospital. They may send you a bill later on, and then they'll even write that off. But you're not in America. You're in the Philippines, where they only recognize our cash money. And some of these guys are situated where they're in Angeles City, Subic Bay, Clark, where their TRICARE for life is accepted. But hell, those are fortunate individuals. How many of us have TRICARE for life? I sure don't. He does. He says, I have TRICARE and Medicare. He said, I have Medicare and TRICARE for life, use it about 2 to 3 times per year. Yeah. Yeah, but see, the Medicare, if you come over here to live, Gerald, the Medicare is no good. They're going to shut it down on you. Your TRICARE for life. Well, see, I got to push back on this. That's not true, you dirty puppy. Oh, yeah, it's useless over here. Medicare's useless over here. And he says you're paying $160 a month. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't let that Medicare go. It'll be the biggest mistake you ever made, because all of us eventually go back home. Okay, unless, you know, you die over here. Most of us go home. And if you cancel that Part B, which is what he's talking about, the $160 per month, okay, you're going to get a penalty, 10% every year that you're not on that thing. So then you're going to go back, instead of 160, it's going to be 176. And then there's only certain times of the month where you can reapply for that Part B. So you're going to be without 95% of your Medicare, because 95% of all procedures in 2023 are outpatient care. And that's what you're paying for Part B. Part A is your inpatient care. Part B is outpatient. So yeah, be careful, guys, when you're talking about getting rid of that Medicare. Now, if you get VA over in America, I get it. And you don't want to spend that 160 every month for Part B. Okay, I can understand that. But for those people who do not have that Veterans Administration insurance, don't even think about it. You better keep that 160 because you can actually go over to Guam and get something done. He said, no money, no health care. Yeah, absolutely. He said, don't they dump you out in the street if you don't pay? No. You know, they don't dump you out in the street. In America, they certainly don't. Over here, they don't. They keep you in the hospital till you pay your bill over here, Richard. They're not going to get rid of you. I mean, really. Yeah, you know, it's not a whole lot, but remember, though, it's better than nothing, but you have to qualify for that. You can't just come over here and get that, right? Yeah, but see, here's what you don't understand. He says, you dirty pup. You're talking to a Medicare. This was my business for 16 years. You can't come on here talking. This is now you know masonry and all that stuff, right? I know Medicare. Okay, he says you're still paying 20% with Medicare. If you compare health costs with cash, even out with the cost of healthcare with cash would be comparable. Absolutely not. Because what Medicare does, Medicare goes in and negotiates a price for you. Medicare only pays a certain amount. Okay, say for instance, the doctor may charge whatever the doctor charges. Medicare is only going to pay $127 per doctor visit. So then you're going to pay 20% of that, which is not bad. Okay. Same with any procedure you get. It's not 20% of what the doctor pays you. It's the Medicare approved amount. Okay. That Medicare insurance is some damn good insurance. If anybody knows anything about insurance, Medicare is it's a great policy, man. You're talking about when I left in 2018, and see, I'm doing my recertification now. It's only like a $200-something deductible. Come on, man. You guys don't know what y'all talking about. And then especially even when you go into the hospital on the Part A, man, Medicare is a damn good insurance wherever it's accepted, you know, because I used to push back what these other insurance agents would do who were selling Medicare supplements. They would scare the daylights out of people, okay, about, you know, how if you get caught out there with all that, you know, if you get cancer or something like that, right? And you're going to be without. See, supplements pay very little, okay? And you're paying all that money every month for the supplement, which pays very little coverage. It only picks up what Medicare doesn't pick up. But look at how much you pay for it. And the older you get, the more it's going to cost. And you have to pay that or you're going to lose the coverage. But Medicare by itself is damn good insurance. I'll argue with anybody all day long. That's my business. That's why I always gave people the full disclosure. You know, ma'am, you don't need this supplement, really. You can't afford it. They'll come into the poor neighborhoods selling those Medicare supplements $200, $300, $400 a month. They keep going up. And I'm saying, ma'am, you can't pay your rent. Let me show you what you can do and how this Medicare really works. Okay. DIY housing TV says it's better to have it and not need it, or rather to need it and not have it. Yeah, and see all that stuff, you know, that sounds good, but we won't. There's so many guys over here, you would not believe it. They have no health care, man, at all. They're rolling the dice. Some of them have crapped out over here. You know, John was talking about self-insuring and all that. And you may be able to get away with it over here, but who wants to do that when you can get policy right now. While you're healthy, while you're over there in America, it's going to cover you when you get here. You don't think you can apply for Pacific Cross over there? You don't have to come over here to apply for that. And Aetna and all those other insurance plans. He said, what's the coverage in the Philippines? It's a bunch of coverages that you can buy outside the Philippines that will protect you over here. Aetna, Pacific Cross, it's just a bunch of them. I mean, it's too many I can't even name here. But if you're talking about the Philippines has universal health care over here that you can purchase. It's called Field Health. And I think it's like $500 a year or something like that. But it's better than nothing. It'll help you in the public hospitals and the inpatient mostly, because doctor visits here really aren't that expensive. You pay about $10 to see the doctor, but we won't go. But my point of making that video was to let that sink in your mind that what guys are doing is the Philippines that alluring that you're going to come over here and you're going to say, some of you guys watching me right now have great, great insurance, and you just throw it in the garbage can and move to the damn Philippines. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know. Well, he said, actually, our government makes it very clear at 65 years old, you have no options and do not refuse Medicare A and B plan. Well, Medicare A and B is Medicare. And you don't need, this is what you paid for, you dirty puppy. They're taking that out of your paycheck every year. I mean, every week or however often you get paid. Medicare is a good insurance. I don't know who you've been talking to, man. You don't know enough about Medicare to say it's not a good insurance. It's a great insurance, man. I'm on the front line. I worked on the front lines for 16 years. I know what it does for people. You know, and then they'll go out, the people who can afford it, they'll get the supplement that goes with it. So then they won't pay anything they think. They don't understand, ma'am, you're paying that supplement premium every month. Medicare A and B is good insurance. You can't get something for nothing. You and I going if you got a plan, if you got one of those fancy retirement plans, you're still going to have some co-payments. We want everything for free. You can't get everything for free, you dirty puppy. But I guarantee you, there's not an insurance plan on the market that you can buy that's better than Medicare. Man, look at that Medicare. I know what I'm talking about. You cannot buy. It will cost you a fortune. The lower your deductible, the higher your premium every month. Listen to me, man. I know what I'm talking about. I have my own insurance agency. So when I had my own coverage over in America, I had a high deductible because I'm betting against myself. Okay, and that's why it wasn't that expensive. But the lower that deductible, you bring that down, the higher your premium every month. And you're talking about guys over here, 60, 65, 70, 75. Man, come on. A lot of these policies that they're buying because they wait till they get over here, they're not getting all the information. Get it while you're over there. Get the information now when you don't need it, because you're still in America. Your retirement insurance is good. Your Medicare is good. Now you don't need it. This is when you should be doing your research. Don't wait until you get over here. Come on, guys. Y'all smarter than that. That's why I make a video, but y'all don't watch it. All y'all want to hear about is panties. That's going to be over here when you get over here. That's nothing. You know, when you talk about serious stuff, about really moving overseas and what you really have to do, y'all unprepared because you don't want to listen. You don't want the real information. You want to talk about 25-year-old women all damn day. They're going to give you a heart attack. They're the reason you need health care. My God. Hey, what's going on, Claude? We're here, man. We're downtown. We got here early. We were tired But we'll reach out to you because we're going to find us a gym after this. Maryland definitely needs a gym. Raj and Bing of Bengala Travel says, I just retired. I have Medicare Part A and B because I can fly over to Guam if issues come up. Yeah. High deductible G. So you have the supplement. Allows a $445 monthly fee, but keeps me from underwriting if I need to change later. Yeah, Medicare's good. I would never get rid of my Medicare if I have it. I will hold on to it. I paid for it. I earned it. It's not an entitlement plan. Okay? You paid for that. Craig Andy said, no, they aren't smarter than that. That's why they argue with you, Cal. I just try to talk about things that's really relevant. And we can talk about dating in Filipinas all day long and twice on Sunday. I'm good at that too. But it doesn't help you when you get over here. That's why I had to tip my hat to Kevin. He's kind of, too much time on my hands, 65. He's basically going around showing people real estate. He's doing something to help people, really. But all y'all want to talk about is women. Which is going to be your biggest expense, more than your health care, okay, and your biggest downfall when you come over here. Joe Wilkins says, Calvin's accurate about Medicare. He said, I spoke to 2 Medicare representatives, and Calvin is saying what they told me. I have it and use it. We should consider our health changes also if we haven't. Yeah. No, I'm not angry. That's just how I am. See, a lot of you guys, y'all just so used to pussies talking to y'all all your damn life. You don't know when a man has passion about something. I'm not angry. I'm living the best life I could possibly live over here. That's what y'all always want to try to put on me like I'm angry. I'm not angry. You never met me before. Ask people who really met me and ask them, am I angry? A grippo. Get off my channel with that foolishness. Philippine Antics Review said, get insurance while you're healthy. Policies are not as cheap or good with medical issues, or if you can't get it at all, like Heidi. Absolutely. I just said that. It's your good health that pays for a good policy, okay, at a good price that you can afford. But since you're in America right now and you don't need it, this is when you should do your research, but you won't read. Y'all won't do the research. All y'all want to do is stay on the damn dating sites all day. They don't sell health insurance on dating sites. I wish they did. Maybe more of us would have it over here. Mike Smith says, I'm 73 and on Medicare Part A and B. For Part A, there's no additional coverage. Part B, you have to request it and you will pay extra, but well worth it. Yeah. Part A, you earn that. You pay for that by virtue of working 40 quarters in America. So there's no premium for that. Now, Part B, you can opt out of Part B if you want to, but you'll be stupid to do that because most of the procedures that you're doing are outpatient, which is what Part B is. So you're only paying, so depending on your income, the higher your income, the more your Part B is going to cost. But for most of us who don't earn over 185,000, it's going to be the 160 or whatever it is right now. Yeah, Medicare is, and Medicaid. But those aren't entitlement plans. We actually pay for those, okay? This is what I like about America. I can see where my tax dollars is going. Where else are they supposed to spend our money? Just on the damn wars? Is that all y'all wanted to spend for? Just wars only? Okay, Moments with Mitch, thanks for the super chat. He says, moving a woman from a $400 supplement to a zero next Monday. Yeah, see? He knows what I'm talking about because he's doing it. A lot of times back in the day before Medicare Advantage plans came out, you had no choice. Those insurance agents will come around, they'll scare the daylights out of you. They wasn't explaining everything to you. It wasn't full disclosure. So you said, oh man, I need this extra supplement or whatever it is. Supplements are for rich people, basically. People who can afford, people who are traveling around in their retirement, okay, who may be out of the state and need to see a doctor or something like that. But most of the people I was dealing with, they didn't leave that damn senior center, okay? He said, Angelo Yusuf Amal Beach says, women are more fun than insurance. Yeah, they're going to make you get that damn insurance. Tom Freeman said, Cal Reed Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. He is an incredible guy and reminds me of you. Yeah, you know, but I'm going to tell you something. He's really messed himself up on a lot of the things, pushing himself to the limit. Now, you know, I like people like him. I'm interested in phenomenal people, and he's certainly phenomenal. But yeah, if you look at some of the stuff he's done to damage his self, yeah, they can't handle a man speaking to them as an adult. That's right. This guy over here, these guys, you know, they want you. Oh yeah, when you get over here, you're just, you know, the woman, they're gonna lay down for you. You don't get that from my channel, Grippo. But let's get to the subject. Are Filipino women the standard for all women? Again, I say no woman's the standard. There's no perfect woman anywhere walking on this earth. I think your standard is the woman that you choose. I think she would be the standard for you. But Filipinos do have a lot of great qualities that men from the West adore. I mean, we love it. Okay, especially Americans. We marry Filipinos more than any other country. Nobody even comes close. We're way out in front. Okay, look that up if you want to. If you think that I'm just pulling your leg. Okay, Americans, okay, of all the K-1 visas in 2022, almost 18% came from the Philippines. Okay, in America, I mean. Of all the K-1 visas applied for and approved over there in America, 18%. Philippines is way out in front. Guess who's second? China, not even 3%, something like that. Yeah, we love Filipinos, guys. You know, just admit it. We just want to talk about, to the new man who's wondering why these guys love these women so much. We're just going to talk about some stuff. But then I'm going to talk about some more stuff that a lot of you guys don't see, that I see because I live here. Because they can be petty. They can be real petty over here. They can be childish over here. Okay? They always seeking revenge. Okay, on you. And then they never admit when they're wrong. But that's for a later time. We're going to talk about the things that we really like. W Secret to Success, thanks for that super chat. He says, Pacific health coverage is global, excluding the USA. It appears to be a great plan with zero deductible. There are other insurance options, so do your research. Yeah, but see, you got to realize with that zero deductible, it's going to cost you, man. No insurance company worth the letters is ever going to give you a zero deductible for a good price. But remember, it's your great health that buys your policy. Don't wait until you're too late. But age matters. The older you get with any insurance, the more it's going to cost you. So if you're watching this now and you're thinking, well, I'm retiring at 50 and I'm going to move to the Philippines, you need to be looking at a policy right now. Don't wait till you get over here and then start looking for these guys who, by the way, are working in conjunction with Philippine insurance companies over here. You know, if I'm in America, then I want to get my Pacific Coast coverage from somebody in America. I don't want to get it from somebody over in the Philippines, okay? Listen to me. That way you're probably going to have a little bit more room to wiggle if something goes wrong. You come over here and buy something, you ain't got no wiggle. Hey, John, he said, hello, Cal. But let's talk about some of the things that make Filipinos so desirable that men come from all over the earth to come here. You know, they say that Filipinos are traditional. Well, they're traditional Filipinos. Okay, it may not be traditional in your culture, the way we look at them, but that's the number one reason people will tell you that they come over here, which I know that's not the number one. The number one is the tune-up, the Filipino tune-up. That's the number one reason people come over here, but they'll, we never want to be truthful to ourselves, so we'll say, oh, because they're so traditional. But it's true, when it comes to certain things, now remember, I haven't had experience with women from all over the world. I've traveled around the world several times, but I've never had experience with women all around the world. So I'll just say that the women that I have had experience with, Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, United States, Philippines, Cuban, the Filipina is more traditional than any of them, as traditional as I've seen in her role in the house. And they really don't have a problem with it. Now, this new generation, it may be something else. I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's with a younger woman. I guess he's in her early 30s. And he said that she's showing signs of the feminist stuff over here in the Philippines. And I was shocked. I was like, wow. He's like, yeah, So, but I'm just talking about the typical woman that you're going to meet over here. So that's one reason why. Now, y'all add in because y'all dealing with Filipinos too. And not just me. The guys who are dealing with Filipinos, and tell me what you like about them. Why you said, okay, I'm going to forsake all other women for this little 4'11", 100-pound woman with a 27-inch waist. So we say traditional, which of course is kind of tied with the family oriented. Because who doesn't want to have children with a woman who's going to take care of the children, who's going to take care of our children? They do that for the most part. You don't have to worry about her running off and getting on crack, meth, and which happens over here. But for the most part, they won't do that. So yeah, they're family oriented. Kurgan says most people have more sense than to marry Filipinos. Well, we all have a preference, okay? Oh, hey, TJ. TJ's back in the Philippines. He says, morning, Cal. These first few streams are always a pain to catch due to the time difference. Man, I know what you're going through right now. You're coming from the West Coast to here. That's a 15-hour difference, man. I'm surprised you still alive. You cognitive. Yeah, Mr. Most Scientific said, laugh my ass off. He said, a 69-year-old pimp with a 25-year-old girlfriend with no health insurance. And that's what happened. And you see it over and over and over, but it's the other unspoken agreement. If I don't ask you about your health insurance, you won't ask me about mine. Okay? That's the agreement. It's unspoken. We don't have health insurance, so let's not talk about it. Let's move on to the next subject. But it's one of the most important subjects for a 60-year-old man and on up. Imagine the 70-year-old men over here with no coverage at all. The 60-year-old men over here with no coverage at all. There's 50-year-old men with no coverage at all, but they got it at home. But they said, forget it. I'm coming to the Philippines. They don't accept my insurance over here, and it's too late. I've got type 2 diabetes. I've already got 2 stents in my heart. I smoke 3 packs of Camel cigarettes with no filter every damn day. I'm drinking a half leader of Jack Daniels Black on a regular, and they rolling the dice. They are rolling the dice. King Arthur says, I love the child. He said, don't need the ark. The storm was weak here in National City. Yeah, I said that. I wanted to give a shout out to my viewers that were affected by that hurricane on the West Coast. Hey, Angelo Yusuf Omar Habib. Man, hell, all you did was put Angelo in the front of it. He said, if you see Angelo, that's me. Well, hell, the other one was Yusuf Omar Habib. So Angelo is either you or your brother. He says, my current medical plan in Canada doesn't cover what happens overseas. Yeah, see, so, but you're young right now. I think you said you're 43, right? Which would be a great time for you to get a good coverage. Okay, that's going to cover you if you plan on coming over here for a little while. A lot of us, we won't even check the travel insurance because we're going to try to save that extra $44. We won't even check the damn travel insurance for a ticket because you want to save that. So I can't help people like that. You won't do it. Okay, yeah, well, come on, man. You know, like I said, well, who are desirable? I've got numbers to say that they are desirable to a lot of men. Okay. Yeah, mostly for people from the US, but remember, we're the ones who are getting married. They don't really keep good numbers on live-ins, okay, and shacking up, Kurjan. I mean, so do you have anything positive to add to the conversation or what? Because if you don't, we're not going to listen to your negativity all day. Either say something positive, add something to the community, or we're going to boot you out of here. We don't need you on here with that foolishness, man. Hey, Hollywood baby, says, hey, Cal, I'm watching you on the fire truck. It's busy tonight. Oh, man. See, that's a compliment right there. This is Farman from down in Atlanta. Dana Middleton says, now this is something he admires. He says, my Filipina doesn't try to have the last word or brings up the past. She has waited for me in the rain without complaining. At meals, she serves me first. Yeah, that would be more like traditional, but yeah, they'll bring up the past on you. wait till they get mad, you know, because they're petty. I know that they can be petty over here. They can be childish when they don't get their way. Okay. They can be a lot of those things, but we still love them though. Yeah, Craig Anthony says 45,468 K1 visas represents 17.34. Yeah, that's what it was. You know, but that was between a certain amount of years. I think that was 2013 to 2022. I think last year something like 7,000 by itself, but still the Philippines is way out in front. Nobody even comes close. Okay, same with the Filipina. She marries Americans more than anybody else. Nobody comes close. The Filipinos who marry outside of their culture, here in the Philippines, it's not even close. It's Americans. They love Americans, and there's a lot of reasons for that. They were a colony of ours. You know, they seem to know a lot about our culture and, of course, the language. It's what they're comfortable with. Hey, Mike Ray, he says, hey, Cal, thanks for your content. I love Filipinos because they're givers. Yeah, they are. You know, they have a beautiful spirit. That's what I have right here. And I love their sunny disposition. And you're gonna say, "Oh, what is that?" Well, when you come over here and you see it, you know, in the face of just in some cases abject poverty. And this is worse than abject poverty. I always use that word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Women here and people here are still happy. They still have a positive outlook. And, you know, we're coming from the West. We're all depressed and anxious and everything, but we got everything over there. You know, that's something to be admired, man. I don't care, man. You know, you say, oh, it's phony. It's not. I've been around here enough, and I've seen enough to say that sunny disposition is real. I don't know if I could have it, you know, because like I told you about Gail, this society grinds some people up. It just takes all the life out of them. Gail's disclosed. You know, she's fortunate that she has somebody like me who cares about her, who I can show up over there and, you know, and rally the troops and say, here, Gail, you know, when you're about ready to give up, we prop you up, you know, because Gail's done a lot, man, you know, under her circumstances, man, but it's hard. It's really, really hard over here. And a lot of guys don't understand that because they've never been here before. 53 Shades Doctor says, Elect Mikado, you kind of quiet from last live. I was dying laughing the last live. Derek Casanaras, this is a big Thailand guy. He has he's kind of famous in his own right. He's got just a humongous Facebook group called Brothers and Sisters in Thailand. And he said, hands down, the Filipinas is the ideal housewife or life partner. You know, it's been my experience. See, I'm only going to talk about, when I talk about Philippines, I'm talking about the women that I deal with, that I've had personal relationships with. Every last one of them would have made a great wife. Every last one of them that I've dealt with over here. You know, now a lot of the other stuff I'm talking about is stuff that I'm seeing, you know, because, you know, Merlin's like a big sister to a lot of these women. And they tell her everything, and I'm like, man, you know, they're petty. Yeah, Craig Anthony said 7,134 K1 visas issued in 2019. Yeah, for Filipinos. That's a lot, man. And that's year upon year upon year. Okay, imagine that. It's a lot of damn women we're bringing over there. Okay, and very few of them are getting, it's in the high 90% percentile who are being approved. Cedric Dewberry says, I agree with the family orientation aspect. That is something that we have lost in America. Yeah, the Philippines reminds me of when I was young. That's why I like it over here. And remember, I'm a foreigner. I'm on the outside looking in. I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. to make it to an 8 a.m. job and all of that, okay? Y'all understand that. I'm a foreigner. I'm on the outside looking in. But what I see, it reminds me of when I was little. If you need a couple of eggs, you go next door and get it. Somebody may knock on your door. Hey, can I wash your clothes? And, you know, for a few dollars, you know, a few hundred pesos to buy rice or something like that, right? It's the same stuff. Everybody knows everybody over here. And if they don't, it seems like it. It was the same way when I was growing up. When I grew up, we knew every family on both sides of the street and maybe a couple of streets over. When I left the United States in 2018, I did not know either of my neighbors on each side of me. And I lived in that house for over 2 years. Never spoke. It got so bad. And this is just how petty people can be. You know how you have that little strip of grass in between your house? This fool over here on my left-hand side, he would cut down, he would just cut that half. The lawnmower would take all that, you know, would cut all that, but he would leave half of that for me to cut. That's how bad it is over there. So yeah, you're right about that. I really love the Philippines when it comes to stuff like that. S1 Philly Vibe says, I learned that There's a big difference between the shy Filipina and the live Filipina. Well, that's true. And a lot of the times we're dealing with the live ones. Those are the ones on those dating sites. They're not shy. But you can get over here and you go up in the provinces, man, and women, they have never seen a foreigner before. And they can't even look you in the eye, man. I mean, you know, if you really want an innocent woman, but remember, you're starting from scratch. And a lot of us, we're older, we don't have the patience. We say we want a virgin, we say we want innocent province girl, but do you have the patience to basically start from scratch and, you know, kind of mold her and kind of, you know, put her in the lane to wherever she's going? A lot of us don't have that patience, you know, but yeah, it's a big, big difference because what y'all guys are doing, and I'm trying to tell you, don't do it. You're dating these women who've already been with foreigners, man. Don't do that. Do not do that. I don't care who she is. Don't do that, man. You got to throw her back. If she's ever been with a foreigner before, you're going to pay for it. Don't say the Sunshine Shoulder didn't warn you, because you're going to pay eventually. You know how it is with us. I'm going to tell you how Americans do. We turn these women out. And it don't take a whole lot because the Filipinas, she's so, I put down here, they're so cooperative. They're so agreeable. It's like they want to be the perfect mate. They want to be the perfect partner. So whatever you ask them to do, they're going to do it. Okay, and some of us, we step over that line. Okay, and they're never the same after that. And then if we break up, and then here comes the next guy. Okay, you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that. Some women, they never get over their ex foreign. Okay, you bring them up, they start crying when they think about what happened in their life together. They will cry, man. But yeah, Mike Dawsonville, I said, I like when they cover their mouth. That's funny. Yeah. Let's see. I love the John says, how American, Calvin, making sure you don't give something away by mistake. I only know 3 of my neighbors in Orlando. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, to be honest with you. King Arthur, Calvin, you said when you were young, you're still young. Man, I'm 60. And sometimes, man, I can feel it. But yeah, I'm young at heart. He said, hit the like button, guys. Salatin Tide says, Filipinos don't need a visa for Colombia either. Yeah, but see, what y'all don't understand is they won't get out of the airport, Salatin. It's not that easy. You know, it's not that easy, okay? Because if it was, a lot of them would go, okay? They meet their boyfriends in Colombia because you know how hard it is and how expensive it is to get that visa, the tourist visa. You know, you really got to have it going on, man. You really got to have it all together. You know, I don't know what kind of visa Filipino P's on over there. She said a tourist visa, but she's not going to have a problem. Okay, she's stacked, Jack. Okay, she's filthy rich, Filipino standards, so they know she's coming back. But the women we're dealing with, they're not filthy rich. They'll have a hard time. They'll get the visa, whatever it is, but they'll have the damnedest time getting out of the airport. They're not gonna get past immigration because they really protect the people over here. You know, because desperation clouds your thinking. And a lot of times they reading these job offers and stuff, and they seem so, you know, great, and they end up in just some hell of a situations. So the immigration steps in. There was one recent where I think it was like 4 or 5 people. They caught them in Manila. They was on their way, they said, to Thailand. But really, Thailand was just a connecting flight. They were going to Libya. Now, imagine going to Libya. If you think going to Libya is an opportunity, and the man stepped in and found out there was some human trafficking going on. See, this is what they're talking about, the human trafficking they're really cracking down on. They're talking about, you know, forced labor and all of that, guys. You know, so that's the reason, you know, you have to be careful. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure of that, but you have to understand something. They're not just getting on a plane coming over there, Saladin. I'm telling you what I know. If it was that easy, what makes you think that more people wouldn't do that? And when you say an influx, what are you talking about, an influx? 50 out of 110 million people? There's not an influx going on over there. If it was, the Philippines is so small, if something good was going on in Colombia and you could just get on a plane and go over there, it would be droves and droves and droves of Filipinos doing it. Okay? Come on, guys. Let's be a little bit more realistic. Golden Gates of Cal, you know, Maryland did a great job raising Booby. She acts like she can reach the class. She looks so comfortable with other kids. Yeah, Booby is special, man. She's way beyond her years. You know, she's only in school 2 hours, and she don't want to come home. She wants to stay there. And when I wrote the book, when I wrote that short story, Filipinas, I was really talking about myself. You know, the day that I dreaded was drawing near, and that was Booby going to school. I was so worried, was the kids going to accept her, you know, and all of that, man. That was me. That's who I was talking about in that story, for real. I just put some different names and stuff around it. But anytime my kids go to school, I've got 7 children, and I've seen them all go to school. You're sad. It's like you're giving your kids over, you're turning them over to somebody else. You're worried. You don't know if they're going to treat them right. Yeah, he says Philippines ain't moving to Colombia. I'm just saying it would be, yeah, that's what I'm saying. How are they getting there? TJ Johnson says, as someone who would love to take his girlfriend to South America, how are they getting to Colombia? The overwhelming majority of flights require transfer through EU or US, both requiring a transit visa. Yeah, see, I don't buy that, what he's saying. They're not just getting on a plane. There's special circumstances going on some kind of way. There's no influx of Pinays over there. And if they do, they're going to be invisible, because I've been to Cartagena, Colombia, and the women over there are just unbelievably spectacular. You know, when you're talking about looks. S1 Philly Vibe says, hey, Cal, I'm confused about the Philippines work visa. How does it work in the U.S.? I believe Sam Champion's wife went over there. I think it's a B1 and B2. But, you know, you got to have, I would talk to JRC Consultancy or somebody like that who really knows. I don't know how that works, but there's a lot of Filipinos. I was playing tennis with a guy in Lapu-Lapu. He worked 6 months in America, in LA, as a caregiver, and then he lived the other 6 months over in the Philippines. He was there on a work visa. Now, how you go about getting that and all of that, I don't know, but it's a lot of Filipinos in America right now on work visas. And a lot of them, when it expires, they're on work visas, a lot of them on student visas. They stay over there. I've met so many. When I was married and living with my wife, who is Filipino, in America, we met so many women like that who just stayed over there and eventually got a lawyer and got married and was able to stay. But they were over there on these visas. I think they were 9 months, a year, or whatever, but they never came back. Some of them just stay over there. And, this is the reason why, it's one of the reasons Trump was saying he was cracking down. He started looking at numbers, had one of his cronies looking at the numbers and saying, look at all these people overstaying their visas. Because they overstaying not just the Philippines, there's overstaying going on all over the place, especially in a place like America. Yeah, they're overstaying. So he's saying, I'm going to clamp down on it because too many people overstaying. And Filipinos are they're known for that. They're known for that. And I didn't say it, and I didn't do it, but they're known for that. So that's why they're very, very, it's hard to get certain visas for them because the reputation and the record, the history says they may not come back. So a tourist visa, you better have some connections back here. Can Maryland get one? Absolutely. She's got that house and lot. She got them 2 houses in that lot over there. Okay, and I'd already set up Maryland with a savings account because I'm going to take Maryland over there. Probably when I go to visit the United States, Maryland's coming with me on a tourist visa just to go over there and come back. But yeah, she can because she's got something that's tying her to the Philippines. A lot of them don't come back. Now, the rich ones do. The ones who really got something back here. But the regular ones, W Secrets of Success blog says the only thing appears to be happening in Colombia is the what? Oh, the scopolamine drugging epidemic on foreign tourists. Wow. Yeah, that's something that I've never seen anybody talk about that over here. I don't know if that's happening over here. It's more, the biggest scam over here is they don't even have to drug us to get our money, W Secrets of Success. We just hand it over. But yeah, that would be something scary over there. I don't worry about that kind of stuff happening to me over here. Rotorius one says, hey, Cal, have you played basketball pickup games there? Some of them Filipinos are quick. I haven't, but I was with Jay the other day, my homeboy from Bardstown, Kentucky. He was in a league, over 40 league in Angeles City. He was telling me, he said, Cal, I don't play with basketball. He said, I'll be out to win. He said, but I'm nothing compared to these Filipinos. He said, they're playing with no shoes, jumping out of the gym with no shoes, or with flip-flops on. And he wasn't trying to put anybody down. He was just saying, Cal, these guys are tough. He said he got on his big gym shoes, Nike, whatever he's wearing, the compression socks. He's got everything. He's ready to go. He said, but they humbled him, man. They were playing with no shoes and everything. That's what I saw. Y'all got to realize, man, before I even lived in the Philippines, man, 2017, you're going to look this up if you don't believe me. I asked all my Facebook friends in America to send me some new or slightly used gym shoes that I could send over here to Bacolod City. I befriended an American guy who lives in Bacolod City right now. He was sponsoring a basketball league, but nobody had shoes. Asked him, I sent over 70, I think it was like 73 pair of gym shoes over here. And a lot of them were new. Happy Man 6920 says, hey, Cal, just did a little research. There are around 180 Filipinos in Colombia, not that many. Yeah, it's not that many. That didn't even move the stick when he said that. Because I'm over here, and the Philippines is a small place. If you hear that there's jobs over in Colombia and you can just get on a plane and go over there, half the Philippines is going to be over there. Sammy Davis says the largest number of overstays in America are Chinese. Yeah, because there's so many. But I'm saying per capita, I'm just saying Filipinos have that reputation, okay, for overstaying over there. It's just how it is. You know, Maryland's got a friend who never come back. She's working under the table now, but she's been gone 22, 23 years over there. You know, the thing about America, what I like about it is even if they called her, she would have some type of recourse. She could get a lawyer and maybe be able to stay if the money's right, you know, and she hasn't committed any crimes or anything like that. Over here, if you overstay, you done. You don't have the money to pay and all that. He said that's why a lot of guys are leaving Colombia, the drug and BS. Yeah. But see, that's why I like the Philippines. You don't worry about that kind of stuff over here. They don't bother you like that over here, man. They just aren't like that over here. And that goes a long way, man. If I'm going to come 8,000 miles to visit, to go on vacation, or to live, it better be safe. It better be just as safe as where I'm coming from. I'm not going to stay. It just doesn't happen. Now, what does happen over here is you can mess with the wrong person, and they'll send that two-man tandem after your behind. But that happens very seldom. I mean, so much that really it's not a conversation to even have as far as foreigners. But it happens to Filipinos all the time. Filipinos all the time. That's why when I talk about crime over here, you can't talk about crime without talking about there's two crime rates over here. One for Americans and one for foreigners and one for locals. Because the one from foreigners is way down. You know, people come over here, man, they live for decades and nothing ever happens to them. Me, I've been here on and off for 14 years, almost 5 years in a row. Nothing so much as a pickpocket. Never had my phone stolen. Nobody's broken in my house. You know, the police don't bother me. Hey, Larry Francisco said they are not overstaying. A B1, B2 visa, work visa is good for 10 years in some cases. Then there's the H1, H2 work visa. Yeah, well, a lot of, I may be wrong because I'm talking about the B1, B2, but whatever visas over there, like a lot of student visas over there. We knew one lady, she was going to, well, what they'll do is like a on-the-job training. Okay, she was working at the Gold House Hotel and Restaurant. It was for 9 months. I don't know what visa that was. That the H1, H2, I don't know. But I know Sam Champion's wife came over on the B1, B2. Even some tourist visas you get for 10 years, but not all of them. The Philippines are overstaying, Larry. They have a reputation for overstaying in America. Now, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about it. They are overstaying. It may not be on that visa. He said Thailand is a damn paradise. Yeah, that's what you'd say. Try speaking to one of them. You know, all them foreigners, you know, every 5 feet you bumping into somebody over there. Big Shirley's over there for sure. I know that for a fact. So I don't want to go anywhere where Big Shirley is, you know. And then when they start coming over to the Philippines, I'm probably going to leave here. But they certainly Big Shirley is certainly in Thailand. And she's talking that same Big Shirley talk over there that she's in America. I belong to a Facebook group. I know they over there, and they talking that same stuff over there. I would still prefer the Philippines, just like I said. You know, look, people always talk about the infrastructure over here, right? This infrastructure, look, I'm talking to you now. I'm doing a live stream now. Anything I'm trying to do over here in the Philippines, I can do with the infrastructure they have. I'm not trying to build an atomic bomb. Okay? Remember, It's the beauty. I live a simple life. I'm 60 though. Some guys, you know, in their 40s and 50s, they still partying, and you know, you're gonna have more of that over in Thailand. But the beauty and the simplicity of life and being welcome here, you gotta realize over tourism is going on in Thailand, man. There's only 69 million people in Thailand. 49 million tourists come through there on a yearly basis. Man, it's too much for me. I escaped that type of rat race. Plus, I can go to Thailand anytime I want. If I just, you know, get an inkling for Thailand, I just get on the plane and fly 2.5 hours. I'm there. So, you know, yeah, I'm always going to pick the Philippines. The Philippines is always going to be my number one over here in Southeast Asia because I'm welcome, man. Y'all don't understand how big that is. I'm welcome over here. People don't bother me over here. I'm Sir Calvin over here. Hey, Silver, New York, he says, salute to the chat and Cal, the host. Yeah, so yeah, I'm always going to pick the Philippines, you know. And then I'm more likely to have a regular woman over here than I have to have a bar girl over there. You know, because that's all I saw over there when I wasn't there long enough. And I love Thailand. I would never talk about. There's no reason to compare them. You can have it all. Who says you can't have it all? You can have it all. Sunshine Shows is telling you right now. Scrap all that when people tell you, oh, you can't have it all. You can have it all. You can have your cake and eat it too over here in Southeast Asia. If you work it right, if you work the right way, you can. Without taking advantage of anybody, without mistreating anybody. Yeah, you can have it all over here. Philippines, Sammy Davis says Philippines are number 2 in overstays for work visas, but aren't in the top 10 for total overstays. Yeah, it's just the reputation, you know, that they've got. Joe says I was robbed 3 times in Bogota, Colombia. Wow. He said, thanks, Larry. That's what I needed to know. Well, that's not what you need to know. You asked me, you were confused about work visas and how it works. They got to apply for it. You know, you got to be approved for it. That's what I thought you were talking about. Hussein Issa says, hello, Cal. How are you? And how's your family? Good day to you guys, too. Hussein from Saudi Arabia. Hey, thanks for checking in, Hussein. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, they will get taken fast in Thailand. You know, I don't have anything in Thailand. It's just, you know, it's your money, it's your time, whatever it is you want to do. I've been able to find my paradise here. Paradise is in the eyes of the beholder. You know, to sit here and argue with somebody who's probably only went to a couple of places in Thailand, same as me, who's only scratched the surface in the Philippines, there's no argument. You're basically arguing what you've seen in Thailand versus what you've seen in the Philippines, which is a tiny, tiny fraction. So it's stupid to even try to argue. You want to go to Thailand, go ahead. I can have it all over here. Okay, I can have it all. No matter what people tell you, you can have it all. Okay, get off that hamster wheel over there in America. Get out here and get you some of this 197 million square miles. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know, you see what I'm talking about. Chef Kevin from Kentucky said that the hotel I'm at, the temp workers from other countries are called what? What is it called? I can't read that. J1? Jesse says, those are not Filipinos. So what are you talking about? Those are mestizos. Never do you see a true Pinay in any beauty contest. Yeah, there has been. Go back a couple of years. There's been a few. All this just recently started. Go back the first 2 Miss Universe from the Philippines. They were pure Pinay. Okay. So now to say that they never, now never the wrong word to use. Just say here recently they're trying to mix that up, right? But if you go back, I want to say 10 years, this lady was pure Filipina. She was, as a matter of fact, she was Morena. They used to, they called her black when she was growing up. And she would have won Miss America, but they gave her a question that she messed it up. And the judges asked her, look up major, major. That's what she said, because they said, hey, is there anything that, you know, that your mother, that you did, that if your mother found out right now, you would be ashamed of, right, in her past? And she said there was nothing major, major that she did, right? It was so, the answer was so ridiculous that it dropped her all the way from, if she'd have answered that question correctly, if she'd have said, yeah, I stole some money out of her purse one time, just anything realistic, she'd have won Miss Universe. It dropped her down to third place. But yeah, she was basically black, a black Filipino over here. I love the chance that Big Shirley's saying, Calvin, please come over. They're in Thailand. I don't want no parts of Big Shirley. They're over there, and that's one thing that if you want to talk about Thailand and the Philippines doesn't have Big Shirley. She's not here yet, but she's stomping over there in Thailand in big numbers. I'm sorry. "53 Shades Darker" says, Beach of Life was on her. This dude would be off by now. Just saying. Yeah, I'm just watching. He's really not really saying a whole lot because I can zap him too. He's cooled down. He's really just talking about, Thailand and stuff like that. But he's not over here, so we can tolerate foods like that. Major, gotta love the Philippines says, Mayon Bunta, Calvin, from Mark and Julia. Oh man, and these are my good friends. I'm going to interview them. They're in Australia. They were just in the Philippines. We went out and ate with them. Now, see, Australia's got a more lenient visa policy. They've got some type of partner visa. I mean, it's not even hard to get it. But remember, Australia's not that far from here. But it don't take long at all. Yeah. Because I'm sitting there eating dinner with them, and I'm thinking that Julia's still here in the Philippines. I'm thinking that they got along this relationship because we ate dinner with them last year. And this was our first time seeing them again. And because I asked Mark, I was like, man, how do you have it along this relationship? He looked at me like I was crazy. She's over there on some type of partner visa and has been with him for over a year. So yeah, something different over there. Oh, Bud Mac, he said, spent a lot of time in Thailand, but looking forward to visiting the Philippines. Yeah, buddy, you can have it all. You can have it all. I was talking to a guy, and when I see him, he's coming to the meet and greet. I want to interview him. In the last 4 months, he's a teacher, and he spent his whole vacation over here in Southeast Asia. And he's been to 7 countries. He said when it comes to food, of all the places, he said Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and another place he went to. He said, you got to give it to Vietnam. He said, Calvin, you think I'm playing? He said, people think he's capping because he's like a younger guy. When I tell you that I can eat for $5 a day in Vietnam, and I was like, wow. See, this is the kind of stuff we need to hear. He said, okay, I'll let you interview me. And we'll talk about some stuff like that. So I'm going to interview him, because he said, no, that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner over in Vietnam. And it shocked him. He said, I love Thailand. I love Phuket. And, and he named some more places over there. He said, but Of all those countries, he said he would have to take Cebu City over all of them. He said just because of what he was looking for. And that's why there's no argument. You know, he said, I've been to Bali. He said, it's off the chain. All those places. He said, but, you know, a lot of those places are like tourist places. He said, but Cebu City has it all. He said, it has everything that I was looking for. So he said, I would put it number one on my, and it shocked me. And I'm like, wow, you mean you've been all the places? And he said, yeah, I put Cebu City because everything I was looking for is here. So it just all depends, guys. You know, we don't need to argue about that. But let's get back to why Philippines are so desirable and why we lose our minds over these women. This is true of all of them, though. They're friendly. They're friendly as heck. I mean, they don't meet any strangers. You can literally talk to the most beautiful Filipina in the world on the street if you're respectful. You just ask them something stupid, like, oh, what's the nearest coffee shop? And then start it from there. They're very, very friendly, man. And I really like that. They don't meet strangers. Harold Till says Thailand is like Korea in the 80s. Clubs and pay for play. Only thing that's missing is the U.S. Army. Yeah. See, that's the thing about Thailand. We've never occupied Thailand. Damn near everywhere else. We don't have any military. Do we have any military bases in Thailand? I don't think so. But you know, some people, they love Thailand because they love that soy six walking street. That's their thing. And that's okay. You know, I don't knock them for that. I don't knock them at all for that. But, you know, I haven't been enough places in Thailand. I haven't been enough places in the Philippines to really give a good comparison. Bumps and Bruises, that's his channel. He was riding his motorcycle all around the Philippines. He came through and stayed a night in my guest house. And he told me, he said, Calvin, I don't know why people even want to debate that Philippines versus. He said, because we haven't seen enough of either country to make a real comparison. It's just what you like over there. Mike Dawsonville says, I've been to Thailand, but Thailand is not for me. I'm more comfortable in the Philippines. That's my home away from home. It is just, you know, it's just all it is. It's a preference. What's up, Don? That's my homeboy. I think he's in Texas now. Hey, Win says, good morning to you, Mr. Cal and viewer here, promoting the Philippines, trying to visit our beautiful spots. Yeah. And this is part of my, no matter what you say about the Philippines, people want to stay stuck on poverty. They want to stay stuck on corruption and politics. I don't care. You can't deny the beauty that's here in this part of the earth. You can't deny it. And I don't care who you are. Okay, you can talk all that other stuff you want to. And I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to put it right in your face. I'm going to be in Comedian in the next couple of days. You're going to see. $90,000 G says there's some powerful voodoo going on. Sammy Davis says, I think you hit on the head. It's very easy in the Philippines to meet and fall in love with a woman that's not a bar girl, if that's your choice. Yeah. See, people talking about the video I made about, how bar girls make great housewives, right? And I asked the guy, because he was trolling me on another channel, that O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. He's like, are you this guy who said it's okay to marry a bar girl? Well, I said, well, have you ever dated a bar girl before? Okay. And how would you know? But he never gave me an answer back. See, how would you know? See, that's the point I'm trying to make. Even the bar girls have all these characteristics that Merlin's got. Okay. They're family oriented. A lot of them are working in there to take care of their families. not their children, their mothers and fathers and little sisters and stuff. A lot of the bar girls are taking, they're working in there for that. Excuse me. They're traditional in the way that we see traditional. They don't understand that a lot of the servicemen, Air Force, Navy mainly, that was over here in the Philippines, a lot of those guys married bar girls, hostesses, they call them. And a lot of them are still married. A lot of them, they went over to America and they just, disappeared. America's, you didn't hear about them anymore. They didn't go work in bars over there. They lived normal lives over there. They missed the whole point of the video I was trying to make. But some guys, they just like that bar girl scene over there. Because it is some nice looking women that work in those bars. Secret Success says if you're a fool with your money in your home country, most likely you'll be a fool wherever you go. Yeah, it's just not going to run out as fast. Because now the peso is 56.25. So you got a few more pesos to trick off over here, Secret Success, before he's, truly broke. But we said Filipinos are cooperative. They're agreeable. It's almost to a point where sometimes you feel guilty because they're not going to say no. If they really love you, if they really into you, they're never going to say no to anything you ask them to do. This is why I tell guys, look, man, don't fool with a Filipino that's already been with a foreigner. He's taking her to places that she'll never be able to come back from. She still looks the same. And she can still put up that front, man, but don't do it, guys. Because they bend over backwards for you, man, than any woman I've ever dealt with. Okay? They have a beautiful spirit, man. They're not just beautiful on the inside, they're beautiful on the outside. They have a sunny disposition. I mean, we're crying and complaining, and we've got everything as far as material and opportunities all over the place. They basically knocking on your door to give you a job over in America. And we're still not happy because we want to start out at the top. I had to get on my daughter, 20 years old. I said, you don't even know nothing. Get on in there and flip them damn burgers. I don't want to work at McDonald's. Why not? Where you want to work? Where you want to be the CEO of Amazon? That's what they want over there. I said, don't get stuck in your head about flipping burgers. You got to start somewhere. It's a whole lot better from where I started. I was selling candy door to door. He would come and get us in a van after school. I'm talking about I was 10 and 11. And he'd give us a milk crate full of boxes of candy. And we had to sell them for $2 and $2.25. And this is back in 1974, guys, when $2 was a lot of money. And he'd take us out to the rich neighborhood. That's how I earned my summer spending money. My mother didn't have no money to give us. And that's how I got over my shyness and bashfulness. I've been a salesman ever since. 90,000 said Filipino contestants look white. Well, that's just here recently. When you got to realize that unless somebody from where was that lady from Africa that won, they're going to sprinkle every now and then, they're going to sprinkle brown face in there. But most of the time, the winners are leaning toward white. They looking white. I don't care what country they're coming from. So if you want to compete, you better be looking white. Or you better have a contestant that's looking white. That's just a fact. But they got, I forgot this woman's name. Somebody look that up. Where this put Miss Universe from the Philippines, major. And you'll see this woman is, I'm darker now because I've been over in the Philippines. I'm not really this dark. She was really my complexion when I'm in America. And that's what they called her when she was growing up. They said she was black. He said, who imported Big Shug? They did. For some reason, everybody's going to Thailand because I put a question. And you always got some ignorant ass people. Because I wanted to know, I would love to interview a black woman and find out what's going on with Thailand. Why all of a sudden y'all over there? Because I asked a question, and it was some man, it wasn't even a woman who tried to answer the question. I said, look, man, I had to shut him down real quick. I'm talking to the women. I'm not talking to you. It's a legitimate question. What is it about Thailand that all of a sudden y'all showing up over there now? And he's talking about, well, what kind of black woman you talking about? It's black women all over Africa, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up, man. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about African-American women are showing up in Thailand now. A lot of them, they're living over there. And I'm trying to figure out, when did it happen? Am I late? Obviously I am. And why? You over here, why not Vietnam? Why not the Philippines? Why not? It's Thailand. There's a lot of them. And it's a lot of big Shirley. And they're talking that same lip. Because, sometimes Derek has to get rid of, he has to delete the comments thread. Because they done got all ignorant, because they'll look at a video over here and about a passport bro. That's what it was. A passport bro did a video. And all day was just all over him. And I'm like, see, this is the reason I don't want to go to Thailand, because I'm going to run into something like that. And I didn't come all this way for that. Yeah, that's her name. Venus Raj. Thank you. ZVBX. Yeah, she said major. Yeah, she's, if you look at her, man, she, growing up, they did a story on her. She was black, basically. She would have won Miss Universe. She would have won. Yeah, he said these guys have no idea what it's like to be welcomed by everybody. See, that's the allure of the Philippines to me. Of all the places I've ever been, I've never felt as welcome as I do here. They just welcome you, man. They smile. If you ever seen a real genuine smile, when's the last time you've seen a real genuine smile, not on a child? You see it over here. I was walking on my walk right before we came here. So it's been Saturday. We left St. Carlos City Sunday. And I'm coming from the park on my way back home. And I look up and it's a lady, she's sweeping. I see her could be in her late 20s, early 30s, and just the widest, genuine grin that you ever seen. You don't see that. I don't see that in America anymore. I only see that on my children and grandchildren. But over here, grown folks will give you that genuine smile. G.I. Jonas, it's not true. She said, regular guy claims to have spanked the monkey in your guest house. Just saying, I don't care. I mean, I know you're nobody but a troll, so I'm gonna get rid of you. He didn't. I mean, what business is it of mine? I welcome him into my place. The poor man's passport guy said, I saw two big shorties in English City. They wouldn't speak. He said, good for me. Yeah. Now you laugh. If you're gonna see them, you're gonna see them in Manila, English City, somewhere like that. But I would have been interested to. Now, were they from Africa? I seen some sisters over here before, but they wasn't really trying to give me. I was with my wife and my son. We were in Boracay. Let's see, Valentine's Day 2019. and we're eating in a Mexican restaurant. And right at the next table is four sisters. I know they're sisters. I can hear the conversation. So I just said, hey, how y'all doing? And you said, oh, it was the most plastic, hey, you know, it's just cringy, man. It's like, I'm just trying to be nice. I mean, I got a beautiful Filipino here with her down to a damn behind, and my son, I'm not looking at you. They think everybody wants them. Like, I don't want you, lady. I'm just trying to be nice. And hey, you know, they didn't even give me a chance to ask them, you know, what they were doing there, you know. Yeah, you're out of here, man. Come on. I gave him his chance. I'm talking about this Kurgan guy. I finally got rid of him. You know, I'm sorry. King Arthur said, bar girls are human also. Who are we to judge because of a person's job? Absolutely right. And that's the way Filipino men look at that. I told you, John, he was the driver for Sydney. And he broke it down to me. He said, Calvin, we don't look at it like that. We don't look down on them. He said, because we know they're just taking care of business. It's a job to them. Because he was telling me about the German guy who got whooped. They beat him, they robbed him, then they deported him for mistreating two bar girls. The standby, they call him, the guy hanging out on the corner. They hurt the guy and took some Viagra, according to the story. And I guess he's up there beating them up pretty good. And one girl came out on the balcony naked, screaming. Well, that's all it took. The standbys, the guys on the corner, they ran up there, they beat him senseless, robbed him, and then he was deported. So yeah, we coming over here, bringing that American thinking over here. Now realizing that there's no telling, you might be selling booty over here if you had to grow up in them type of situations. You don't know what you were doing. And they didn't create that. Was it a woman or was it a man who even started that pay for play thing? But you don't know what you're going to do when you start. When's the last time you starved? It's probably never in America, because how many soup kitchens and homeless shelters and different places you can go to over there. In Louisville, Kentucky, where I live, that's endless. You can live there, they'll feed you, give you clothes, get you a job. They'll do all that for you. They don't have that over here. People can literally, there's a term that they use, it's absolute poverty, where you go 24 hours or more without eating anything. It's a lot of that over here. Don't tell me what you wouldn't do if you was confronted with that. You don't know what you would do. So yeah, ain't nobody on here to judge anybody. Check the logic says, I can tell you have been working out because you are heavy hitting tonight, Cal. Yeah, we've been working out. We're gonna find a gym today. Merlin is, addicted to it. Here's Coach Jay. Here's Coach Jay. It's the guy I was telling y'all. He's a teacher out on the West Coast. He spent his vacation over here 4 months, and he said he went to 7 countries. And to my surprise, he said that Cebu City was #1. He just said because of what he was looking for. He didn't say it was better than Bangkok and all of that. He didn't say that. But he did say Vietnam was #1 for food. Said he could eat for $5 a day. He said, you think I'm capping? I'm not. He said, you can do that over there. But I know that he's telling the truth about, if you think that your money goes far here, it goes a little farther in Thailand. That I can tell you, the value. Okay, now, of course, the baht is something almost 36, 35 something. It may be 36. And even though the peso's 56, it goes a little further over there, the value. Okay, but here's the thing about the Philippines that's going to make it Of all those countries, because I asked him, I said, be honest. It was simpler, though, trying to, assimilate into the Philippines and any of those other places. He said, you're absolutely right. It is. It's simple, man, to understand. And the peso, of course, the language and everything like that. People welcome you here. They don't bother you. It's simpler in the Philippines. So some people are looking for that simplicity. He said over in Vietnam, I said, the dong, he called it. I said, what's the currency over there? He says the dong. It's 23,000 dong to $1. He said, it kind of has your head spinning because you're trying to figure that out. See, it's complicated, man. He said, the people can't speak English, which they're not supposed to be speaking English, but we're talking about from our experience. It's just easier. They could drop you off here in the Philippines and you're going to be okay, man. As long as you got that money coming in, you're going to be okay. But try that in some of these other countries, man. It's just difficult. Communication is the ninth wonder of the world. And if you can't use it, if you're without it when you go to a place, go somewhere like Hong Kong. Go to Korea. Just go to the airport in Korea and try to order something. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. King Arthur says, big Shirleys, they travel in packs. If you see one, the others are in the area. This is true. Because I've got a lot of friends, they become big Shirleys. Now, they were nice looking in high school, and they would not give me the time of day. Now, all of a sudden, you're overweight, overstressed, you got diabetes and all that. Now you're trying to give me some play. I don't want it right now. I'm sorry, I don't want it. And they'll talk about you. Oh, yeah, you over there dating those Philippine women. You don't like black women no more. No, I don't like black women like you anymore. As a matter of fact, I never did. But you're right. Yeah, they travel all together and, because they need that support. Who else is going to tell them they look good and all that? Yeah, Sammy Davis said, damn, Cal, I was doing that as a youngster. A preacher would pick us up and take us out to Hollywood and Brentwood, West LA, to sell that same candy. Yeah, small world. It was called Junior Salesman of America. And we used to have a little card that you're supposed to read to the people when you get to the door. But I was so good at it, man. I remembered everything on the damn card. I can recite it to you today. 40 years later, I still remember because it had such an impact on me. I was able to buy my school clothes one year. I think I was in the 7th grade. I went on more than 11, 12. I mean, that was a source of pride. My mother didn't have a lot of money, man. She did the best she could. Yeah, I would let a Big Shirley. I just don't date Big Shirleys. I mean, Big Shirley's all right with me. I just don't date them, King Arthur. He said, would I let one stay in my guest house? Absolutely. I mean, Gail's a Big Shirley now. She just don't have the attitude. But I wouldn't date Gail. She's too big. And she might not date me. She might say I'm too black or something. Because her boyfriend is a Filipino. He's 100% Pinoy. Earl Till said, Thailand would be hard for me to get used to riding on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. But guys are always talking that crazy stuff. I said I like the Philippines because it's simpler for me. It's simple for anybody to understand the money and all of that, how things work. It's not going to take you long. But drop you off in Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, well, they're not trying to budge. You're either going to learn their language or you're going to be out in the cold. And you got a problem. Yeah, he said Big Shirley in Thailand. It's all zoomed to Thailand's fault. I don't know whose fault it is, but they're over there now. I mean, a lot of them, man. And they got that attitude, And you can just tell, I just don't like the attitude. You know, I'm from a family, we were raised that, everybody is equal. Okay. You treat everybody the same. It's not, you don't have to, um, it's like the squeaky wheel, the squeaky boat gets the grease or something. That's what they are now. They always got to be big, loud, and bold, and let everybody know that, that they're in the room, and you don't do anything that disrespects them. I just don't like that attitude. It's an entitlement, man. It rubs me the wrong way. And if any of my daughters ever got that way. Hey, King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin, I would take a Bigfoot before I have a Big Shirley. I'm with you. I just don't like the attitude. And, Big Shirley's come in all sizes, but most of them are big. Yeah, that bad attitude, you look at me and, what you looking at and, all that. They got to command the room. They got to command attention. Look at me and, I just don't like it. I'm sorry, man. I don't have nothing against my sisters. My mother's black. All my sisters are black. My daughters, all of them. Okay? My American wife. But it's an attitude. And they're not the only ones that got it, but and they don't want nothing to do with me when they're in their prime. It's only when they get older, with them old, and they want to wear that wig cap with all them long extensions and all that, and all them old waist, things that make the suck your stomach in them suits that they wearing now, and all the makeup and stuff. Man, y'all got to be careful over there. See, I don't have to deal with that over here. When you see these women over here that's simple, and they'll tell you they're simple, but what you see is what you get. When you get home, she's not going to step out of some damn suit and look like a damn pack of biscuits, like I told y'all before. That's true. Rolls every damn where. You're like, damn, this isn't what I signed up for at the club or whatever it was, on the dating site. Because they got them damn suits over there. I don't know who invented them damn suits. They step in the damn suits, and it's like a vacuum cleaner. It just sucks all the fat and stuff up and makes them look, curvy. And then when you get them home, and it's just like a blob. Everything just goes everywhere. No elbows, no knees, no ankles. I ain't got time for it, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I don't want that. But it's true. He knows it's true. Yeah. Busted Pillsbury biscuit can. That's what they look like. Everything just goes all everywhere. You're like, but damn, you were 6 foot in the damn club. Now you 5'3", because all that fat comes up and they tall, walking tall and looking good. I don't got time for it, man. Yeah, he said it's called, what's he called? It's called spin. I don't care what it's called. We ought to get the person who invented that crap. Because they don't got it over here. They don't need it. And I want a real woman and that's one thing that I got on her I like about the Filipinos. What you see is what you get. They're simple. And get a woman home and everything goes all over the place. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat, said, and they all wear the same 99-cent store perfume. Yeah. And you ask them what size they wear. Everybody wears the extra large. Look, lady, good and damn well. You know how many times I brought home the wrong size with playing that extra large game? And then they'll get mad if you bring them the real true size home. If you bring them the 4X or the size 24 pants, they'll get mad at you. What, you think I'm big? Yeah, you big. That's your size. You don't want no damn you was wearing 16s as a baby. You haven't worn size 14 since kindergarten. Talking about our world. Girl, you ain't no 14, 16. You more like a 24, 26. And that's huge, guys. But because I haven't seen it in a while. I'm telling you, I'm going by memory. When my wife got that big, when I knew, I was like, I don't care. You can divorce me. I go down there and help you sign the damn papers. Yeah, she's, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. But yeah, I'm done with that, man, over here. And they don't like me for it, because if you tell the truth in America, they're gonna cancel you. You know, so you gotta be hesitant. You gotta hold in what you're saying. That's why we got all this stress over there. You can't even say what you really want to say. You be like, I don't want your fat ass. You know, just get on over here. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what kind of college degree you got. I don't want you. You know, you're not gonna marry down on me, because I'm not gonna marry you. No matter. You know, anybody, you know, over here, I can at least say what's on my mind. Over there, they're gonna get you. But yeah, guys, I'm in Cagayan de Oro right now. The meet and greet's in a couple of days, and we're gonna have a great time, man. It's gonna be more people here than I thought. But Cagayan de Oro is really not far from Cebu, and it's in northern Mindanao, so it's really not far from a whole lot of places. TJ, they're coming up from Davao. You're like 8 hours away from Surigao now, if you want to take a bus, and then about 3 hours from Camigan Island, which we're going. I wanted to take Maryland. She's never been. Yeah. He's telling the truth about that over there. You know, you can't really say what's on your mind, so you got to just tiptoe around there, and they're promoting this big Lizzo movement and everything. Yeah. She's bigger than a man. It's true. And they'll fight you. You know, I ain't trying to fight nobody, man. They confrontational, and they will literally fight you. And, you know, I don't know if I can whoop a Big Shirley. Because when I was growing up, Big Shirleys would fight me, and all the time you would see it. And I mean, a lot of times they would win. But they'll take a lick, man. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. If I offended anybody, I'm just telling y'all, man, I'm not going quietly anymore. I'm not going to agree to get along anymore. I'm in the fourth quarter. I know what I want, and that's what I want. I don't want the Big Shirley. She's over there. And then the minute they see you with one of them Thailand women over there, they're going to start whispering, and are you weak? You can't get a real woman over there in America and all of that. I'm sorry, Shirley. And Big Susie, that's the big white women over there. It's a lot of them. There's more and more of them coming out of the closet. King Arthur said, I had a Big Shirley try and fight me at Walmart parking lot. Yeah, they're going to fight you. Hell, they outweighing you by 100 pounds. Yeah, he said they all refuse to go to the gym. Yeah, I'm big boned. No, that's meat. It ain't no damn bone. If you take all that old flab and stuff and peel it back, that's meat. Because, you know, they getting them down. They're making a killing on them down. What's them operations they're doing where they take your take your intestine, and because a friend of mine had it, this guy got money, and he told me what they do. He said, Calvin, what they did was they took my intestine and stretched it and did something, but it comes out of his butt, directly. So if he eats too much or whatever, they gastric bypass surgery. But then they got all this sagging. Them ain't bones, that's meat. You big meated. You know, big boned it. I'm big boned it. With that big ass tar around your damn waist. You can't back. They don't look good in nothing but a damn sheet. Look like That's why all them women, all them big time singers, Jennifer Holiday and all them, they died trying to get small, looking like Shirley Chisholm and not Shirley Chisholm. What's the other one? Mahalia Jackson. You know them big dresses Mahalia Jackson used to wear. That's the only thing they can wear. But if you buy them one of them, they're gonna get mad at you. They want a two-piece. I'm sorry. Okay, Mike. He said my sister-in-law lives in CDO. They make the best Tyrone over there. He said you got to connect with them on the chin. They go right down. No body shots. They absorb them. Yeah, but hell, they don't have a neck or a chin. They, you know, they're isometrically. You know, I don't know what you would call it. He said, Geechee Land is 64 today. Hey, happy birthday, brother. He said, I'm telling everybody when they ask me whether I have a thing for Asian women, I tell them, damn right. I told them a couple of days ago. No, ain't no damn liposuction. It ain't going, they can't suck up all that damn fat. It's that damn gastric bypass. And then everything, you know, the titties is where the stomach is supposed to be. The stomach is where the knees supposed to be. You know, yeah, that intestinal bypass. Yeah. They're making a killing off that stuff. People are dying. Yeah, he said it ain't meat either, it's fat. Whatever it is, it's not bone. I'm big boned. Now you big meated. That's a fact. But if you tell them the truth, they're gonna get mad. Yeah, that circus team. Yeah, you know, everybody, you remember, yeah, I love Mahalia Jackson. I remember when she was little. You couldn't say she was Whitney Houston before Whitney Houston, but she still wore that big ass dress, and they'll have the little belt around it with the buckle, and that was it. She had that in every color, but that was all she wore. She didn't wear nothing else but that. So if you dating a big Shirley over there right now, they watching right now, they know what I'm talking about. And you don't wear no extra large. I'm sorry. You looking for a fight if you bring them home a 3X or 4X. Some of them wear 5. Look, they wouldn't be selling this 6X and 7X stuff at Walmart if somebody wasn't buying this stuff, man. Somebody's buying this stuff over there in the woman's department. Now, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Moments with Mitch says, I weighed today and I've lost 98 pounds. Wow. 93 pounds. 7 more, it's 100 pounds gone off me. Well, what are you doing, Mitch? You didn't have did you? Yeah, he said, yeah, which chin we got to hit them in? They got 3 chins. The bottom one, the foundation, you know, like you got a house foundation. Then you got the first floor and the second floor. Where you hit them on the chin on the roof? Which damn chin do you hit them in? John said, you have a very good talent for describing Big Shirley and Big Susie. I agree. I sum it up as freaking gross, yeah. But yeah, I was married to a big Shirley. But she was a little Shirley because she was 5'3", 260. But you know, she had a pretty face and she was a beautiful woman on the inside. But I couldn't get past the outside. Once I stopped drinking, I couldn't get past the outside. I didn't care how beautiful she was on the inside. I'm like, and you know, they were always, you know, the only swimsuit they got is that damn one piece that they gotta wear. And they might well, I don't know. Don't buy your woman. If you with a Big Shirley now, don't go out and buy that one piece. You're gonna embarrass her. Everybody's gonna be looking at her. Hey, Beach of Life, he says, late check-in. I'm headed to CDO for the meet and greet. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. We're gonna have a good time here. I got TJ a old bottle of Hennessy. You can help him drink that up, man, because you know he's a drinker. Oh, come on, man. Get out of here. Yeah. Well, you don't have to be afraid. There you go. Mo says if we can stay in shape, so could they. But they don't care to go to the gym. Yeah, they put it all on you. This is perfect because I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking. She wasn't even, I stopped reading. Okay, I had to be perfect. But she was her same fat self. She didn't have to change. And I don't buy that anymore. I don't want that anymore. If I'm going to be in the gym, I want my woman in the gym right next to me. Don't be telling me what to do. I had to change everything, but she stayed the same. Yeah, man. Don't buy that one piece for your woman, man. Don't do it. And don't bring home no 1X because they look, this is where they will squeeze in a 1X. And that's when it really looks bad. They look better in the damn 4X they're supposed to be wearing. At least they look normal. The Beach of Life says it's way harder for women to keep in shape past 35 than men. We can stay in shape well into our 70s, yeah. And testosterone. But that's what I'm saying. We talking about why we admire Filipinos. Well, if a Filipino gets out of shape, you get another one. I'm joking. I'm joking, Marilyn. Marilyn's over there looking at me.
It's okay. That's another one there.
Mike Dawsonville said, Mahalia Jackson was my mother's favorite. Yeah, I'm bringing back memories. Yeah, I know. But you see her, and they always stick her in there in the movies. And they would give that was her only line. She was saying real good. And they're having that big ass dress. And this is what I can remember. And I'm like, they're fighting back against that dress now. He says pure comedy, but it's facts. Yeah, you can't argue with facts. They can't cancel you when you're telling the truth. See, you're telling the truth. What did some guy said over here? And good luck trying to buy some shoes. Anytime my wife wanted to go get a pair of shoes, I was like, you just got to go get them yourself. I couldn't even begin. The feet is this the feet is this wide and this damn, she wears a size 5. But what is that? 5 triple G? Like, what the world? They don't have a shoe that can fit you. You got to wear damn flip-flops every damn wear. Yeah, she had to go get her shoes on her own, Ocean View Coffee Crew, because I couldn't figure that one out. I'm like, they don't have a pair of Jordans that damn big. They said Maryland gave you an earful. Maryland back here ear hustling, knowing good well she's not asleep. Hey, Dive Master Ricky, before I retired, where I worked, we had a big Shirley that would wear, what do you say? That would wear sweatpants, and they looked like yoga pants on her. She thought she was hot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know what to buy because that's not her regular size. You buy them the regular size, it's an insult. So when you're dating or married to a big Shirley, here's the rule, guys. Listen, you can't go to the store and buy bras, underwear, socks, shoes, because it's always gonna be an argument when you get at home. Don Ridgway said, my wife is from Cagayan de Oro City. I stayed in the lifestyle district for 2 weeks. Great live music nightly. Yeah, I think we're kind of close to there. We're downtown. We're right downtown. Yeah, they always swole. You know, it's like, what size do you wear? They don't even sell those sizes. But they'll get mad at me. Somebody's gonna play this blog in some Facebook group, and they're gonna let me have it. See, these men over there, blah blah this, blah blah that, right? But you can't argue that I'm not telling the truth. Tell me where I'm lying. And then they always got that little bitty ponytail in the back. They got the damn rubber band back here with the little bitty ponytail. Like they got to stretch their damn brain and get that little ponytail back there. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat, said the truth. Big Shirley can't handle the truth. Now go get me a bucket of Popeye's chicken for an appetizer. Yeah, that's the appetizer. But it's another thing. Don't order for Big Shirley to take her out. Don't do it. It's going to be an argument. Let her order that stuff herself because it's really embarrassing. The last time I went out with a big woman, man, it was embarrassing. You know, she's ordering all this stuff, and then she's going to say, now it's your turn. I'm like, I'm not paying for all that stuff. No, they're already, yeah, they're going to come for me. But tell me where I'm lying. You know, when they step out of that suit, that what that guy called it, a spandex suit or whatever it is, they sell it out. You can go to Walmart right now and there's not one in stock. Every Big Shirley in America's got that suit in her wardrobe. They're going out looking good. Mike Dorsenville said you should see them in church with their toes popping out the shoes. I already know. I've seen enough. It's enough in my subconscious. I don't ever have to see a cankle, not one more cankle, to know what's going on over there. But y'all loving all that. And then you go to, and I forgot one more thing you don't buy, Big Shirley. Don't buy her pads when she's on. Let her go to, because if you bring back the big extra large pads, she's going to get mad at you. Don't buy the pads for Big Shirley. Let her buy them herself. Because you know they got that elephant pussy. You basically got to get them some damn Pampers. Just go ahead and get them the Pampers for newborn babies when they on their period. But let's get back on here, man. Let's leave Big Shirley alone because they already gonna get me. He said bra strap be digging into her back so bad it disappears into the back fat. Yeah, because they're trying to wear smaller sizes. They're embarrassed to go and say, well, give me a 66C. But she'll go in there and want to get a 40D. Yeah, depend. You might as well get them a pack of Depends when they come on their period. You know, it's like, it's bad over there, man. And that's why I came over here, man. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing anymore. I don't want that. It just makes me sick to look at all that. Neck look like a stack of pancakes. Yeah, they call Spanx. Whatever they call them, man. The man who invented that needs to be arrested. But you can't find a pair in Walmart. Every Big Shirley in America has got that in her wardrobe. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to get off of here. We're going to find a gym and get us something to eat. I want to thank y'all for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Remember, if you're in Cagayan de Oro or anywhere near here and you want to stop by Cali Beach Resort and Conference Center, Thursday, August 24th, 3 p.m. until for the meet and greet. Good food, good people, good conversation. Come on out, guys. September 16th, I'll be walking from San Carlos City to Dumaguete. That's from Negros Occidental to Negros Oriental. Stay tuned for that. Support that, man. Watch that video because I'm going to be doing more videos. It's going to be more than just me walking from San Carlos City to Dumaguete. So take care, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. He said, John Cooper Big says, what were Big Shirley and Big Susie going to do for buying clothes if they start showing up in the Philippines? They want to be able to find a XXXX. I know. You're right. I can't even find a church that's going to fit me. So imagine what they're going to do. But they can find, I guess they can find this stuff over in Thailand. Because that's where they are, guys. If you think I'm playing, they're over there. Take care, everybody.